Welcome. All right, everybody, let's just settle into a nice, comfortable seated posture. And we're doing Chenrezig at request. I think it was Cynthia, right? Anyway, can't remember who said, but all right. So there's that Chenrezig. Actually, I'm pretty sure Lamso Primshe gave this one to Judith and said to her, he apologized for all the red in the background. But I think I quite like it. It's beautiful. And anyway. So if you're sitting at your desk, have your feet about a hip's width apart and really feel your feet on the floor. The soles, the side of the foot, the big toe mound, the little toe mound, and all of your toe pads. Shoulders are aligned with your hips. Ears aligned with your shoulders. And imagine your spine is a beautiful string of pearls of light. And this string of light stretches from the base of your spine all the way up through the crown of the head and beyond. And imagine someone has a hold of that string and they're very gently lengthening your spine. So you put some space in between the vertebrae with the awareness that there are natural curves in the spine. It's never going to be completely straight. But there's a lot we can do to change our posture, even if we're older. So go to the crown of the head and relax your scalp. And just imagine you're releasing the top of the head. And maybe you can feel some sensation there. Then relax the forehead and your eyebrows and your eyes and your eyelashes and the back of the eye and the nose and the cheeks, the area around the mouth. Relax the back of the tongue, the jaw, the back of the head. And the neck. Allow your shoulders and shoulder blades to drop down and relax the throat and the chest and the belly. And then release any tension in your arms and your hands. And perhaps your hands are resting on your lap or in the traditional meditation mudra, which is the right hand nestled in the left with the thumbs touching. And relax your legs. Just release any tension. It's easier to do if your legs are down. If they're crossed, if they're in the cross-legged position, it's a little harder to feel. And then maybe if your hips are tight, you can put a couple of cushions underneath either knee. And then also under your sits bones. Helps to change the angle of the pelvis. And then relax the lower leg and the feet. Just imagine you're releasing tension in your feet. We're walking around all day on our feet. It's really good to remember they are our friend. We tend not to take any notice of our feet until there's something going on with them. Then notice the sensations of the breath as you inhale and exhale. So it could be a slightly cooler sensation as you breathe in, slightly warmer as you exhale. And perhaps you feel a sensation of the breath at the base of the nose, or the side of the nostrils, or the tip of the nose, depending how you've been trained and what the shape of your nose is. The air you exhale is a little warmer. And maybe you notice the breath sensations around the chest. And remember that this is a 360-degree breath. You're expanding the ribs at the side and the back as well as the front. So try and create some awareness around that. Most of us tend to breathe just in the chest. And then some people might notice the rising and the falling of the belly, or the expansion of the belly. Now be aware of sound in your environment and just allow that sound to be there, trying not to run off and investigate. And then notice the thoughts that are arising and try to put some space in between them. And then just notice, perhaps, with a mind of curiosity and a mind of observation. So that word implies objectivity. It's what scientists do, that when they want to sort of see what's going on without layering with their own opinions. So you can be like that with your mind. Just have a look and see if what's going on in your mind is reasonable even. Are you giving yourself too much of a hard time? Did you read that text incorrectly? Was the tone that you read different to what was sent? So many layers. And then just allow the thoughts to arise and to abide. And then you'll notice that if you don't continue the story, it kind of dissipates. So bring to mind all the people of your life now, the ones we love. So these groups of these people come up pretty much in every meditation. So this is an equanimity meditation. It's the first step in developing bodhicitta in the Lamrim. So right at the end of the text, towards the end of the text. So we start by bringing to mind your loved ones, your spouses, your children, grandchildren, the ones we hold dear, our best friends, good neighbors. And then we have people in our life who are complete strangers. We pass a lot of them on the, as we're driving around the roads, as we're moving out onto the main highways and freeways. And then we have people in our life who we don't like so much. Or they irritate us, or they bother us in some way, or they just make us angry. We just don't like them. And keep in mind that due to impermanence, all of these relationships are interchangeable. They're all equal in their wish to be happy, just like you and me. So however it is you're thinking about someone at this particular moment in time, do remember they're all equal. So when that person you was your best friend is now someone you don't like very much, it's still the same person. You just view them differently. And they still want to be happy, and they still don't want to suffer, and they still have that same extraordinary capacity for an enlightened mind. Although we think it's less now. The ones we don't like, we don't think that they have potential. So I think we'll do this meditation on Chenrezig for the benefit of all these people of our life, and by extension, all sentient beings. So imagine that the space is filled with all these beings. So try and see them now. So you've got the ones you don't like, the ones you love, all the strangers, and then you can add in this layer of all the insects and the animals and the marine life and the bird life. And then there's all those little animals that live underground. And they're all sitting around you. They're all above you, below you, and all around, beyond the horizon. And try and think of as many as you can without getting too overwhelmed, comfortably. So now just place your family members, your parents beside you, your friends behind you for support, and the people you don't get along with in front. And then there's the others all around. And then think about the suffering of all these people and these beings. So first of all, think about the suffering of your parents and the other people you're close to, your best friends, your spouses and children. And we understand very easily that we don't want them to suffer. It's painful for us when they're suffering. And so it's quite easy to open your heart to their physical and psychological suffering, their problems. And you can see quite easily, that just like you, they want to be free of all suffering and feel how wonderful it would be if they were free and could enjoy the peace and bliss of enlightenment. So that's not that hard, because we want them to be happy. And then we have these people that we don't like so much who've hurt us. And imagine their physical suffering and their pain and discomfort and feelings of loneliness and insecurity and fear and dissatisfaction. Just like you, they don't want problems and they want to be happy. So I feel it's a little bit more difficult for these ones, for us. Or even if it isn't, it doesn't have quite the same flavor as the ones that we're close to. I mean, you wouldn't be putting these people in your will. You'd definitely be putting your family or your best friends in your will. And when you look at these people who have hurt you, maybe they've hurt other people as well. And as long as all of our minds are confused and ignorant of the way things truly exist, there's no peace. There's no peace in your heart. So try and open your mind, your heart, to these people for whom you normally feel irritation or anger. And just crack your heart open a little bit for them. I mean, I'm not asking you to invite them home. Just open your heart in your mind. And then expand your awareness to take in all the troubles and the pain of all the other human beings, and the animals, the birds, all the insects, the little bugs, the marine life. And whoever has an uncontrolled mind is necessarily going to have suffering. So you think of your neighbor's dog. Every time you walk past their house, it barks. It's just like a crazy mind. There's fear or a sense of a need to protect its property. But there's no need. You're not coming with any harmful intent, but it barks anyway. I think Lama Zopa Rinpoche used to talk about being inside the mind of a dog for 1 second. You'd be horrified. So anyway, don't be overwhelmed. Remember that suffering and happiness and pain are actually mental experiences. They say even pain is actually recognized in the brain. And all of these experiences that we have that are kind of like painful, they're impermanent, they're changeable. So we just, each one of us, we work on our minds. We deal with our own misconceptions, our own negative energy. And then gradually over time, we develop a correct understanding of the way things truly exist. And you know how you feel. I mean, it's just as simple often as you need a good sleep. Sometimes you go to bed with kind of all kinds of things on your mind. You've had a good sleep. You wake up in the morning and everything looks completely different. It changed. So we feel a strong aspiration to do this practice so we can help others. So now imagine above the crown of your head, facing the same way as you, is this Chenrezig. And Chenrezig is also this manifestation of pure, unobstructed compassion, love, and wisdom. You can also imagine this is the mind of your teacher manifesting in this form for your benefit. And his body is made of this beautiful white light, transparent and radiant. So really try and feel this kind of the presence of this being above the crown of your head. And if all that kind of this detail that I'm about to talk about is too much for you, you can't really quite visualize it easily, just imagine this beautiful ball of white light. And Chenrezig's face is peaceful and smiling, and he's radiating love to you and all the beings surrounding you. And he has 4 arms. The first 2 hands are together at his heart and hold a jewel that fulfills all wishes. His second 2 are raised to the level of his shoulders, and the right hand holds a crystal rosary, and the left a white lotus. And he's sitting on a white moon disk upon an open lotus with his legs crossed in the full lotus posture. And he's wearing exquisite silks and precious jewels. So that, his silks are in the Royal Indian style. And I'd say somewhat like the Tara meditation that we did. Venerable Annie Tenzin Lama mentioned one of her teachers said, with Tara, the jewels are not regular jewels. They're just emanations of her virtue. And I would imagine it's the same here. This jewelry is just emanation of Chenrezig's virtue. And I'll probably find that each stroke of paint on that tanka represents something meaningful. So try and imagine this being above the crown of your head, full of compassion and love and all the enlightened wisdom in the universe. And stay relaxed and comfortable and open to Chenrezig's serene and loving energy. And now make a prayer from your heart to overcome your misconceptions and negative energy and to develop pure love and compassion for all beings. And when you're doing this, feel that you're connecting with your own true nature, your own highest potential. So imagine now, in response to your wishes, to your aspiration, Chenrezig very lovingly, very happily sends streams of white light filling every cell and atom of your body, and it purifies all your negativities and problems, all your past harmful actions, and your potential to give harm in the future as we recite the mantra. Om Mani Padme Hum. 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 Now imagine the light comes again, completely fills you with limitless love and compassion. So imagine this time golden light just pouring into you through the crown of your head. And your body feels light and blissful, and your mind peaceful and clear. And then imagine the light from Chenrezig radiates out to every living being, purifying their negative energy and filling them with bliss. Om Mani Padme Hum. Padme Hum. Om Mani 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 Padme Hum. Now imagine Chenrezig dissolving into light, and this flows down into you through the crown of your head and reaches your heart chakra. And your mind merges indistinguishably with the mind of Chenrezig, the mind of your teachers. And you experience complete tranquility and bliss. So if your usual sense of I starts to arise, bored, restless, hungry, things to do, think that this is not your true self, not your real self. And simply just bring your attention back again and again to the experience of being one with these qualities of Chenrezig's mind: infinite love, infinite compassion, because that's who you really are, not all this other stuff. All that kind of rah, rah, rah that goes on in our mind. Just rest from that. So just dedicate all the positive energy you've created doing this meditation, so it brings true health and happiness to all living beings. Okay, everybody. Mary, thank you for hosting. Thanks, everybody, for coming. Lots of love. And I will see some of you this evening. Okay. Thank you.